Good morning, everybody. It is Sunday, July 5th, 2020, and I hope your Sunday's off to a good start. Man, it's a wonder that the Rancho is even standing today with all of the fireworks from last night. I thought when I turned off the stream at 10:30, and thank you, Dee, for a wonderful meal last night, I really thought that things were calming down, but it really was around midnight that the big stuff went up, and all the really heavy M80s and stuff. And I can't even tell you how loud it was around here. I was worried that something was going to come over the fence and light something on fire here, but thank goodness it didn't. Today is getaway day, going to do travel log number 4. If you haven't seen number 1 for Guerneville, number 2 for San Francisco, number 3 for Cotati, California, I encourage you to do so. They take a lot of filming and a lot of editing effort, but I think the results are nice, and you get to see towns and cities and experience them in a unique way. So I hope that you will look forward to that. On to a more serious topic here today. You know, we live in this era, and it's been on YouTube for a lot of years. This sort of gotcha era. People will take clips of old things that you did, and they'll cut up those clips. Some people, what I call the haters out there, and they'll put them up to sort of present them in the worst possible light, and you'll never hear the context of what occurred, and that's what happened to me. Several years ago, a friend of mine, Tara, was visiting, and we were talking about Gone with the Wind, and I love movies of the 1920s, 30s, up to about 1945. Great era of Hollywood. And Gone with the Wind was very special to me, not so much because of the story and all that, but because of the beautiful cinematography, the costuming, the colorization with Technicolor, and the scenes, the burning of Atlanta, the railroad depot in Atlanta when they're moving the dead, all the dead and wounded of the Confederacy are massed there. And I just thought, wow, it's just incredibly visually to see this movie. We got to talk about that on live stream. It was years ago. And what you'll have is somebody will show up once in a while, and one of them's a pretty well-known troll in the community, and you'll get people try to bait you in there, and they'll post things in the side chat. Well, that night I was a little tooted up and with my friend, and I had the habit of just reading the side chat going along, and it I read this person's comment. I said, this, XYZ says I should be a house, insert N-word in there, not really thinking about it too much and reading it off. And then a couple weeks later, was baited to bring it up again, and I repeated that. It was a mistake, but you got to understand, when you're doing a live stream and things, that there's a cross section of people that come to it. There's people that absolutely love what you do and never miss a live stream. There's people that pop in occasionally because they enjoy the live streams. There's people that come in a small section of people that are just hoping for things like that they can rip out a section of that and use it against you. Well, it's YouTube, but we see that going on all the time. It's somebody will come in, and another well-known troll will post each individual letter of the N-word down the side of the chat, and you have to delete and remove that. People will say, Rosie, can you give a shout out to Nick, N-I-C-K, space G-U-R, hoping that they can get you to say the N-word. Things like that happen on a regular basis. And if you don't think that real racism occurs in this community, I remember when I had a black gal, Helen, from New York, very nice gal, who lost 2 of her parents within a short period of time. But she came onto my chat, and she was a nice gal, but she got torn up a lot in that side chat, and it was very disconcerting to me. Some of the comments were made about hair and other things. So it's definitely out there, but it's not a part of my world. You got to remember, I grew up in Baltimore City. I experienced segregation firsthand, witnessing segregated lunch counters and movie theaters, whites, colored restrooms, amusement park, white entrance, colored entrance. It made a really deep mark on me in my life, and it was very repugnant to me. I just couldn't understand, and nobody could explain to me really why that was the case. We've moved quite a bit forward these days, and I'm happy about that. But I can tell you what, I'm a welcoming person to anybody on my chats of any color. I have quite a few friends who are black in the community that are regulars on my channel. I definitely enjoy supporting them like other people on YouTube. It's just my nature to do so, to be equivalent. We have Asian friends. Kev TV is Asian down in LA, and I'm looking forward to having him come up to the Rancho and hang out and go down to LA. So in other words, I don't feel that way in my heart or mind, no matter how things are taken out of context. Question is, are you known by words or are you known by deeds? Therein is the question. Behavior can be, short-term behavior can be problematic sometimes, but it's how you treat people over the long haul that really matters, at least in my world. Well, anyway, thanks for watching here today, and I appreciate you being here. And we should treat all people well. Being transgendered, I have come, as you can imagine, guys, especially here on YouTube, under waves of occasional small bits of hate. So I have an idea of what prejudice and what raw hatred feels like. It's also often wrapped up into a Bible, and it gets pretty harsh. You're a dude, blah blah, right on down the line, the whole shamir. So I'm pretty used to. I have a pretty good empathy and understanding, where probably a lot of other white people have no concept of that at all. Experiencing being a very distinct minority within America, I get it. I see it. That makes me particularly keen to be welcoming and treat everybody equally. Thank you for being along, everybody, and have a wonderful, wonderful Sunday.